thank you very much, and if you'd now like to come into the council chamber. Just before we started the proceedings today, I was given one final instruction, which was to give the nod to the unveiling of our wonderful piece of art. So it was a great privilege for me to give the nod. The panel is, the mural is arranged in 6 panels. You may just be able to discern the boundary between the panels. The first one on the left-hand side runs from 66 million years ago to 3 million years ago. So that's from the extinction of the dinosaurs, most of the dinosaurs, just before the start of the big cycle of ice ages. The next panel runs from 3 million years ago up to 500 AD, when that was roughly the founding of the city of Norwich. And that covers this enormous cycle of ice ages, and then move into relatively equable climates which facilitated the development of human societies. And then the third panel, part of the mural, runs from 500 to 1400. And that includes a relatively warm period, much less warm than during the period following the extinction of the ice ages, but still quite warm. And also includes the start of the Middle Ice Age. This panel here runs from 1401 to 1850, so includes the start of the Industrial Revolution. The fifth panel runs from 1850 to the present day, when greenhouse gas concentrations, carbon dioxide in particular, started to rocket upwards. When the Climatic Research Unit was established, and when we started to move into a period of higher temperatures compared to the centuries and some millennia beforehand. The final panel is from present to 2200. So it's the future. So the timescales vary. To give an idea of the timescales, if the whole mural was equated to the complete length of the Norfolk coastline, 140 kilometres. The first panel would be 133 kilometres. The second panel, 3 million years ago to 500 AD, would be about 7 kilometres, Cromer to Sheringham sort of distance. The next two panels, the next panel from 500 to 1400 would be the length of a bicycle. The next panel would be about the size of a television screen. The last two panels will be the width of a typical laptop. Gennadiy has in fact used the Norfolk coastline as the backdrop to his mural. And that provides a skyline. The skyline consists of these stripes, red through to dark blue. The red, high temperatures, blue, low temperatures. And in the future, Tim Osborne will say more about this, we have two possible future temperatures. One which will be relatively manageable, but will require considerable action, vigorous and quick action. The other, which is the path we're currently on, will lead to disastrous consequences. Within the mural, Gennadiy has painted cues which represent events as we move forward in time, relating more and more to Norfolk and the development of Norwich. Some are very obvious. You might be able to see the face of Frankenstein. You may be able to see another face in the first panel, which is the time of the appearance of the first known hominid. Others are less obvious. In the 1400 to 1850 panel, there is a turnip hidden in there somewhere. The turnip representing Turnip Townshend of Norfolk, who led in this country the agricultural revolution, which provided many people, many societies in this country, a much greater resilience to the Little Ice Age, a period of deprivation. Those cues are linking to these freestanding panels, where Gennadiy has elaborated the story from those cues, going back in time up to the present day. And those paintings represent a rich representation of the way in which climate change experienced by humans, which has been tiny compared to the climate changes which have occurred in the past and which we face in the future, how those climate changes have still impacted society, impacted the landscape of Norfolk, impacted the city of Norwich, have interacted with other factors, social change, economic change, disease, to produce a major effect on the way that we ran our lives in the past in Norfolk. Sometimes they set the preconditions for very interesting pieces of social history, such as the revolutionary reputation that Norwich developed a few hundred years ago. The freestanding painting, which is represented by a blank screen, which is from the present day to 2200, has not yet been painted. Gennadiy and the rest of the team intend to produce a number of versions of this painting, collaborating with schools, with businesses, with colleges and so on. Because the way we face the challenge of climate change in the future involves community innovation, involves all of our bright ideas, involves decision makers. So we hope that at least some of you will be interested in the co-production of the painting, which will be associated, elaborating on the story of our possible future. It's been really exciting working on this project with Tim Osborne and Michael Taylor from the Climatic Research Unit, with Alan Waters from the City Council, with Gennadiy, obviously, and with John Pomeroy of Global Water Futures. There is a brochure which explains some of the background, further background to the mural, and the associated elements painting. There's a slight error in it. Many of you may not notice, but there is also a link to more information on the UEA Climatic Research Unit websites, where the stories, the very rich stories of the impact of climate change on Norfolk and Norwich, those stories are told in words to accompany the paintings. So I'd like to now hand over to Tim Osborne, who's director of the Climatic Research Unit. The Climatic Research Unit features in the present day panel and in the future panel, and also in the freestanding painting, which is related to our current panel. Tim.
Thanks, Trevor. Nice to see all of you here. I'm just going to add just a couple of things before handing over to Gennadiy, who's created this wonderful mural. So first, I want to emphasise this has been a really genuine, a rich and deep collaboration between Gennadiy and climate scientists at UEA. I think it's been in the makings of a number of years, maybe 4 years even. It's been a long time. It's been very eye-opening for us scientists to see how Gennadiy translates science into these images that tell this wonderful story, both at the top and in these panels down here as well. Please do ask us after we finish talking to interpret anything. We'll do our best to explain what it means. And then the second point I wanted to highlight is that for me is a key element of this painting, alongside these climate variations that Trevor has described and Michael Taylor, my colleague, put together, and alongside the many effects of climate change that we can see in these details, these visual cues that Trevor talked about, alongside those we have scientific progress. And climate science is a key element here because that is why we can now understand the past, it's why we can now predict the future, and why we now know what actions we must take to choose the future that we want. And here in Norwich, through work carried out right across UEA, we're a global centre for climate research. Indeed, we have been at the forefront of this global scientific endeavour ever since UEA had the foresight to found the Climatic Research Unit 50 years ago this year. So the global temperature record that we produce alongside the Met Office and is used by international bodies to track climate change, that appears in the sky of the mural, in this fifth panel in particular. And UEA and the Climatic Research Unit are also shown illuminating our future, giving us the power to choose our future climate path. So thank you. I'm now going to hand over to Gennadiy.
Hello everyone. I'm glad to see so many people here. I don't take too much time of yours, and I just want to say something more technical issues and happiness and problems with this mural. First time I met Trevor and Alan in a cafe forum, and we discussed about what we can do with this project and ideas. And I found very enthusiastic people, particularly Alan, very supportive, and Trevor was a bit skeptical in the beginning, but later he was very excited. And so it takes yeah, full 4 years, probably a bit more. So I tell you, a long time ago, about 15, 18 years ago, first time I visited Haysborough, and I have seen lots of nicely built city fences, incredibly built, and concrete and wooden panels. And after that, after a few years, probably, I haven't been there probably about 15 years. I visited, and I was shocked. Everything was destroyed. Most of stuff, actually, not everything. And well, I was kind of semi-denier of climate change, so I couldn't believe what's happened, and start asking questions myself and start to dig information. And also, I was shocked to see on the beach the fall down houses, people just losing houses for nothing, and it was quite shocking to see, because as I'm a migrant, well, I left my home, but these people were just losing houses and lands and farmlands, well, because something going on. I start asking questions myself, so start to dig information, start to go deeper. And I met Trevor, and Trevor introduced me with a great man from Canada, Professor Pomeroy, who in the beginning he was quite skeptical too about hard science, but later we found this very good connection. So John organized 3-4 expeditions to Canada, and I've done several exhibitions in Canada, and this moment now I have exhibition. Thankfully, of course, it's quite exciting. I can say the project was absolutely incredible and emotional for me. So as Trevor said, I used the cliff, Haysborough, and Hunstanton as well, as a canvas. So I thought it's because it's local and it's relating to Norfolk and Norwich history, and also it's incredible quantity of history here. I try to, when I start to paint small elements painting, I was shocked how much we have. And actually, the style what I started kind of improve. Alan gave me an idea. It's about Turner's paintings, who painted first in Britain climate change paintings. Well, you can see the dust in his paintings, and dirty skies and sun, red suns, and other things. For small elements, I try to kind of go bush ideas. Some artists from the past, from 14th century, and mix elements and very floating to each other, so everything relating, but you can imagine some ages, it's just ages and ages stretched. It's interesting to find this, how to make it together. So mainly it's done in oils on canvases, and 6 canvases, and these elements as well, oil on canvases, and some mixed media as well, edits. So no, it was a great challenge. I changed a few times my mind, and we discussed a lot in my studio how to make it properly and scientifically proved. You can't believe every element, every position of elements is scientifically proved. So I can't say this is absolutely art science marriage forever. Thank you very much for coming, everyone. Thanks for team, Osborne, Michael Taylor, sorry, and well, of course, everyone for coming. Yeah, please don't hesitate to ask questions. Please have a look and take a leaflet. There's some from my project, our project Transitions, some catalogs you can have a look as well. Okay, enjoy the rest of time. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to open the double doors. There's some refreshments, some more drinks. Don't bring drinks and refreshments into the council chamber, but this is a really good opportunity to talk to the creators of this piece of work. Gennadiy was telling me actually this wonderful jacket he was wearing. Never go to an exhibition or an event where you think you're not staging artists, because you won't. And this is, I think this has a sort of winter frost design to it. So, the rest of the occasion as ever, so that's really good. But there's a really good opportunity to talk to colleagues about the science, climate change science, and talk more with Gennadiy. So please take that opportunity, have some refreshments, make sure you've got a leaflet, and enjoy the rest of this afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.